Good morning, guys. I am here in Karakol, Kyrgyzstan, which is on the east side of the country. It is Sunday morning, a little after 7 a.m., and I am here at the weekly animal market. Every Sunday morning, tons of people from all over the region come here to Karakol to try to sell and buy some animals. We are here at a livestock market. They mainly have sheep, cows, and horses. Each different animal is separated into a different area of the market, and I'm going to show you guys around. And I just want to say that everything I'm showing you in this video is purely for cultural purposes and to show you guys another way of life and another part of the world. It's not me advocating or saying that something is right or wrong. So with that being said, let's get into it and I'll show you guys this animal market.
As a storyteller and world traveler, I think it's really important to share with you guys the real, raw, and authentic experiences and not just the tourist hotspots. So I wanted to document and share with you my experience at the animal market here in Kyrgyzstan. However, in an effort to be respectful of the local people and culture and to not make anyone feel uncomfortable, I chose to simply observe and kept my camera at a distance. So let me show you guys what the animal market is like. Before reaching the central market area, along the outskirts of the main market is where you'll find most of the vendors selling sheep. How it works is that vendors stand on either side of the dirt path with their sheep in hand or tied up to their car or truck, and potential buyers are free to roam the area and look at the animals. If a buyer sees an animal they're interested in, they would approach the vendor and start asking questions about the animal, like its age, weight, etc. If the buyer likes the animals, the bargaining would begin and eventually a sale is made in cash with the local Kyrgyz currency called the som. Some vendors arrive to the market as early as midnight the night before the market begins to get the best spots in the hopes to sell more of their animals, because spots in and around the market are filled on a first come, first served basis. The market begins quite early with some buyers arriving around 5 a.m. and by 10 a.m. the market is pretty much done. From what the locals told me, many vendors rely on this market to feed their families for a very long time, so it makes sense that they would sacrifice sleep, drive hours to get here, and arrive early in the morning to give themselves the best chance at making a sale. Some locals come to the animal market to buy young animals, raise them, and then years later return to sell the animals for a profit, while others purchase animals either to help with transportation or oftentimes consumption, whether that be to produce milk, cheese, and butter, or for meat. Some animals are also purchased for their fur, to create warm items to use for the winter or resell to someone else. When I reached the center of the market is where I saw more of the cows and horses. The central market area is a huge circular area jam-packed with tons of vendors and animals. Unfortunately for me, I was wearing my normal sneakers, but the vendors were all wearing tall boots as the ground is full of, well, what you might expect when walking around an area full of animals. The cows and horses are typically much more expensive than sheep, but similarly, the negotiated price typically depends on the animal's age, weight, and ability to produce food and or transport goods. Similar to the sheep, many locals come here to purchase cows and horses for both consumption of milk and meat, as well as for help transporting goods. However, these animals, particularly horses, are very special to the Kyrgyz culture, and owning animals is often part of the way of life in the mountainous regions of the country. Something I learned during my time here in Kyrgyzstan is that both cow and horse milk is a very popular drink throughout the country. Oftentimes, the cow and horse milk is fermented before consumption. Two of the most common drinks here in Kyrgyzstan are called chalap and kumus. Chalap is comprised of fermented cow milk, often mixed with salt and carbonated water, while kumus is simply fermented horse milk, and after the fermentation process turns into an alcohol. So if you drink too much kumus, you may end up a little tipsy. Vendors who are able to sell cows or horses can sometimes earn enough money to feed their families for weeks or sometimes even months. So this animal market is an extremely important event for many locals. I'm just walking out of the animal market now, and that was something I had never seen or experienced before. I just want to reiterate that in my personal opinion, I think it's important to learn about other cultures, and then each of us individually can decide for ourselves what we like and don't like, and what we want to partake in and what we don't want to partake in.
So with that being said, I'm gonna end the video here, but I hope this video opened up your eyes just a little bit into something you might not have been as familiar with. So with that being said, if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to hit the like button, and of course subscribe if you are not already, and I will catch you guys next week. See ya.